let's address the notion that if Kawhi Leonard would have done anything, this whole Clippers scandal could have been avoided. On the screen with me is a post from Real GM. Let's just read one selection. The only difference is that Kawhi was stupid enough to not actually do anything to earn the endorsement. If he even did one event or made one tweet, there would be really no case against what he did. This is incorrect. So now let's go to the collective bargaining agreement. Here we have Article 13, Circumvention, Section 1, General Prohibitions, and then let's look at subsection B, and let's just read through this. It shall constitute a violation of Section 1 for a team to enter into an agreement or understanding with any sponsor or business partner or third party under which such third party pays or agrees to pay compensation for basketball services, even if such compensation is ostensibly designated as being for non-basketball services to a player under contract to the team. All right, so just looking at this section, what this is saying is that we can't have any arrangement where a third party is paying for the basketball services of the player. That's what's key here. The basketball team has to pay for basketball services. Otherwise, everything else has to be separate. So the player has to earn this separately. Let's continue reading. Such an agreement with a sponsor or business partner or third party may be inferred where, letter I, such compensation from the sponsor or business partner or third party is substantially in excess of the fair market value of any services to be rendered by the player for such third party. All right, so what this is saying is that we can conclude that such an arrangement exists where a third party is paying for basketball services if the compensation far exceeds the services rendered by the player. So going back to Kawhi Leonard, if Kawhi Leonard had planted a tree and had 5 retweets and showed up at an event, that's still not going to be enough. So no, he couldn't have just done anything and this scandal is avoided. So if we go back in time and Pablo uncovers this and Pablo finds out Kawhi Leonard actually retweeted Aspiration 5 times, he showed up at 2 events, and let's say he planted 2 trees, that's still not going to be enough because we need to see that fair market value was provided. So for $28 million, he's going to need to do more than that. And what we would look to is the compensation of other A-list celebrities. So we could look at Robert Downey Jr. and Leonardo DiCaprio's contract with Aspiration. We could also look at Kawhi Leonard's New Balance contract and see what he's doing for the money he's earning from New Balance. And because it's the NBA, if it's anywhere reasonably close, I would have to presume that the NBA would provide a lot of leniency here, especially wanting to avoid a scandal. But it has to be somewhat close. It has to be within reason. We can't just have a retweet and then that's worth $28 million. So, and this is in the collective bargaining agreement. I'm going to link to this in the description, but I wanted to address this because I've heard this multiple times. I didn't find this originally on Real GM. I've heard this on multiple podcasts, but this is incorrect. Kawhi Leonard would have needed to provided fair market value. So he would have needed to provided services that were equal or close to $28 million.